What's all this about?
I don't know, but it doesn't look good.
Can they do that?
Welcome to the nightmare facing many Queenslanders right now. A letter may be the first point of contact from an energy company. This letter will be concerning and confusing, and you will probably receive a phone call soon.
Hello, Jessica speaking.
If you've got an energy company operating in your area, you too may receive a phone call just like this.
Has this got to do with that letter that you sent me?
You need to be asking the person their name, the company they represent, the position they hold within that company, and where your property sits within their overall plans.
Exploratory drilling? This is a suburban house. I don't understand.
The purpose of this phone call is to set up a meeting with you.
Okay, so what do you want to do, a meeting?
This meeting can take place at your residence, or you may choose to have this meeting off-site.
Okay, well, my husband's not here at the moment.
It's important that you understand your legal rights, and you may choose to have a solicitor present at that meeting.
But the purpose of today's meeting is that we just want to take you through what we're looking at proposing to do and the impact that could possibly have. But then again, talking about some more positive things like compensation and that kind of thing as well.
During this meeting, you will be presented with a whole range of information and concepts that you won't be familiar with.
Listen, the council wouldn't let me put a shed on or an extra water tank on my thing for the environment. How can you guys come in and put on a well, a gas well, on my 800 square block?
Well, again, we have the right and we have the legislative...
How can you have rights? How can you have rights? I don't have rights to put an extra water tank on, and you've got rights to come put a mining well on my property.
During this initial meeting, you'll probably feel completely dumbfounded.
There's a buffer zone, and after that whole thing has been installed, we then put a safety fence around it so that no children can actually access it.
They can't be happy with that to happen. Do they know there's going to be a gas? Have you given them the same information that you've given me here today?
We actually haven't approached your neighbours yet in relation to the gas wells.
It's not going to happen.
These wells are tested regularly.
There's water and salt that comes up from the mine. Where does the water go? Where does the salt go?
If you have any concerns at all that you think one might be leaking, we've actually got a whole list of numbers. We've actually been speaking with local council, and we're going to be building a park just around the corner with all the latest gear, all the latest stuff for the kids to actually, so that they can actually play there. It's going to be great.
But we've built a yard so our kids could play here. We don't want a dialogue. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. We're not going to move. We're not going to sell. We're not doing anything. You are not coming out of property.
Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But these type of activities are taking place right here, right now, all over the Surat Basin.
So what about compensation?
I'm glad you brought that up, and we're committed to providing a fair and reasonable compensation in relation to this particular work. Now, for the wellhead and the installation, you will probably be looking at $1,500 in relation to that. Should we have to go the evaporation pond, you may get an extra $500 on top of that. Now, because there's an access road, that's actually going to be on your neighbour's property, so we won't need to pay for that. But we're committed to making sure that you guys are happy once this thing's installed. So if you need your barbecue area moved, or you need a new slab or something like that, we'll provide that at the cost of the company.
So that's $2,000.
I've just paid $800,000 just for the house.
Yep.
Not including the land. So you're going to come in, you're going to put in a well, you're going to put in pipes, an evaporation pond, which is full of salt water, that's going to have gas emissions coming from the well, an access road coming up the side. Who is going to want to buy my property with all of that on it? It's worth close to $1 million all up. And who's going to want to buy that? I've just lost out, and you're going to offer me $2,000.
To be able to engage these companies in a meaningful manner, you need to educate yourself on your legal rights.
And this is the danger. We do not want to have this particular issue. We want to sort this out in the best way we can. Okay? Now, if we don't do it, you're going to have these other companies come in and say, guess what? We're doing it, and there's nothing you can do about it. Now, we're trying to work with you to get a solution that will work.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.